saving a tenner to pay for his cab. Sees no harm in jumping the queue, showing the owner his latest tattoo. A guy in his 40s rolling a joint, pleased his team had rescued a point. A wicked deflection, time had it on. Could see in his eyes they were totally gone. Less than a mile from the centre of town, a famous old stadium's crumbling down. No one's investing so much as a penny. Bring on the dead poo and Rob McElhenney. Less than a mile from the centre of town, a famous old stadium's crumbling down. No one's investing so much as a penny. Bring on the dead poo and Rob McElhenney. King Street was calm for Saturday night, apart from the usual worrying sight of zombified corpses parading the streets, arched over flower beds slumped across seats. Up in the bus stop for Moss and Brentay, a zombie apocalypse, modern day plague. A stone's throw away or a 2-second ride, where the Spurs locals were smoking outside. Less than a mile from the centre of town, a famous old stadium's crumbling down. No one's investing so much as a penny. Bring on the dead poo and Rob McElhenney. Less than a mile from the centre of town, a famous old stadium's crumbling down. No one's investing so much as a penny. Bring on the dead poo and Rob McElhenney. Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney, an ocular pat down and thrown in the Gwenny. Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney, an ocular pat down and thrown in the Gwenny. Less than a mile from the centre of town, a famous old stadium's crumbling down. No one's investing so much as a penny. Bring on the dead poo and Rob McElhenney. Less than a mile from the centre of town, a famous old stadium's crumbling down. No one's investing so much as a penny. Bring on the dead poo and Rob McElhenney. One more time. Less than a mile from the centre of town, a famous old stadium's crumbling down. No one's investing so much as a penny. Bring on the dead poo and Rob McElhenney. Fucking outstanding. Ah. Right, did anyone see? Oh, phew, thank God for that. Well, fucking hell, where have you been?
Fighting crime, ain't I?
You can't argue with that, can you? Right, in that case, welcome to the next edition of Wrexham and Lager podcast. By my side, as always, is the walking, talking, living legend. He's the crime-fighting, acting poster boy. It is James Jimmy Symbol. How are you, Jimmy?
How are you, darling?
Fantastic to see you, brother. Now, hey, I'll tell you what, that first podcast went down all right, didn't it?
Yeah, absolutely brilliant.
What are your thoughts on that, James?
Chuffed to bits, both of them.
Yeah, fantastic. I mean, what, 2,500 views in, what was it, 2 hours?
2 hours, yeah.
And then it got taken down. I mean, could they have left it more than 2 hours, do you think?
Well, they could have, yeah, but...
Let's not get bogged down with who's done what and when they done it, eh? Eh? We're all friends here. Yeah, who's sponsoring this podcast, Jim?
This week it's KW Electrical, so rewires, kitchen and bathrooms.
And that's Kev Open it.
Kev Hope,
Kevin, the left foot. Hope.
Yeah, that's it. So any of your electrical needs, give them a call. Good lads, and they got the beers, so cheers for the beers,
And
lads.
again, what are we drinking, James?
Wrexham Lager.
Wrexham and
Only the
Lager.
finest.
It's only the finest for this podcast. I will
Cheers,
thank
Jonesy.
you. Now, without further ado, as you can probably see by the flag, we have got the band in Wrexham, the legends that are the Declan Swans. Scoot, Jonesy, lads, thanks for coming in. Put that to you, man.
Problem.
He's in the
I'll
band,
get there
and
in
he
a
forgot
minute.
about
Yeah, I
the mic.
forgot about the mic.
Lads, what was your first thoughts on our first podcast? Jonesy, I'm going to come to you first.
I thought that was brilliant, mate. Spot on.
Yeah.
Mr. Ulrich spoke really well.
He was fantastic. And
Absolutely
do you know what?
brilliant.
Do you know what, mate? He's had
He's had a lot of shit, hasn't he?
He's had a lot of shit, and I don't think he should have, do you? Because when he come out and he come to speak the truth, didn't he? And we got him on his podcast, and he held nothing back. So
to be honest, he spoke stuff that you wouldn't have known about.
yeah, and do you know what?
In the back room stuff.
I
do you know
don't
what
think
Yeah,
anyone
all
else would have said
stuff
it.
that- All stuff that
We
you
wouldn't
know,
have been-
all the fans wanted to know
Yeah.
that we've
And
been missing
all you
out
want
with.
is honesty, innit?
That's it.
Transparency, which is what the club
course
has
it
had
is.
for a long time.
Fan-owned club transparency. I suppose that's what we want.
Scoot,
isn't
what
it?
was your take on it, mate?
I'm the same. I thought it was very, very good, very professionally done.
Thank you very much.
I'm shocked you can't believe it. Oh, yeah, you've progressed.
Hey, do you know we scrub up well as well, don't we? We scrub up well.
It was very good.
Excellent.
Yeah, Rich, brilliant.
Again, we wanted to. I wanted a special, say special, but a couple of minutes on it just to thank him really because he's come on and he said what he said at the risk of getting even more shit, wasn't it? Do you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, which he did do. There was a few comments here
Yeah.
and there
Yeah, but-
about him, and
Yeah.
it's just like,
Doesn't matter. He said the truth, and that's all you want to hear.
He knows, doesn't he? He knows what's going on. He was there. We weren't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
precisely that.
He's had all the backseat. He knows it all, doesn't he? So what he said is the truth, and that's all you want
Yeah,
to hear.
exactly
he's
that.
got no reason to lie after it. You know, everything that happened, he's come out of
People
it.
can
No
moan.
reason to lie.
People
So-
always moan. Doesn't matter what happens.
So Dickie, obviously you're listening. Thank you for coming on, fair play. And what about Tommy Cowsey? He's a bit special, isn't he?
Look at him, isn't
He's
he?
a cat. Hey, Scoot,
I
you know,
can't believe we haven't met him.
do you know what? Well, do you know what?
Top man.
The first Wrexham game, I'm going to be straight in his inbox about Tommy. You come with us. Now he might live to regret that after the match,
Yeah.
but he's come
Oh,
with
he
us,
will.
isn't he, Jim?
Oh, he will.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll regret it. He's going to end up in someone's bedroom at like 4 o'clock,
Yeah.
passed out.
As long as it's not yours with your big legs round him. We're all night, don't we, mate?
Hey, you laugh, but that's happened before. Ask him.
Oh, it wouldn't surprise me.
Let's not go into this, James. You know what I mean? We're trying to be a friendly podcast.
I'm a cuddler, Scoot. That's
Yeah,
what I
he's
do.
a cuddler.
Yeah,
In fact, do you know what? I'm going to go into this because otherwise it's a bit weird if we leave it there, isn't it? So I went through a bit of a bad time years ago. There's been a couple of stints. I think my head was in the chicken coop at the time. Anyway, so I said, James, I need to come to your house, mate. Yeah, no problem. He's cut me a spag bol. Hey, it's very nice as well. Anyway,
Good cook.
about 2:30 in the morning now, I felt this big leg. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? He said, oh, sorry, lad, I'm a cuddler. I'm a cuddler.
No, but I am. Like, it felt at the moment he was having a hard time. Some people need
That's
a
the way to
cuddle,
do it,
and,
innit?
and that's what
Exactly.
I'm there for.
Exactly right. Yeah.
Right
on.
then, let's get on to it. This is the reason we're here. The Declan Swans are here. The legends are inside the house. Scoot, I'm coming to you first. Tell me how the band first came to fruition.
Right. Oh God. What are we now?
We did them songs,
Probably
didn't
the
we?
very
in the
late
acting, didn't we?
90s. Jones has always played in bands, probably Weaver, Sweeney Todd at the time. I'd always told poetry. We were big mates. So Jones's band used to play quite regular. And I'd say, oh, can I come and do a bit of poetry as well at maybe the interval or whatever. And so it started from then, really. And then in the end, we thought, why don't we try and put a few of my lyrics
Yeah.
towards your musical talents?
Because that's your talent, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm a poet. I'm not
Yeah, you're the
musically
poet.
talented. I haven't got a clue about music. I haven't got a clue. Sometimes I have to look at Jones's lips so I can remember the words. I haven't got a clue.
I think I've seen that when you were singing there.
It happens every time.
Jonesy, stop blowing me kisses, me. I'm trying to play here, man.
Been working out what's going on next. And going back to Jamie, when Jamie was in the band, I'd looked at one of these two for like, what the fuck's going on next? You know? Yeah, so that's how it started off. And, you know, we'd done all right. We were just messing about. And at them days, we had like, the Talbot was open. And for us, what a venue the Talbot was, because the Talbot held 100 people. We could play there on a Thursday night, and you knew you would fill it. You knew you could. And really, all they were was really probably starting the group. We'd go down there, we'd play. We know, I don't know, we didn't have proper songs at the time. We'd sing about Judith Chalmers or who else at the time. And it was like a rehearsal, if you like, but it used to turn out really well, didn't it? And, you know, we'd fill the place, which wasn't hard because it was only 100 people. And I suppose that's how it started. And
well, I mean, sorry to stop, but I mean, now you've got a bit of a cult following, haven't you? Jonesy, I think you'll agree with that.
Judith and Alan, they were the ones that started, isn't it?
They were
Killshaw.
furious at you two.
Oh, they loved us. They loved us.
How did it go down, lads?
Well, they come to see us a few times, didn't they?
yeah,
The turf.
if we start from the beginning,
To voice their concern, was it, or?
Stop
Yeah,
singing
they did-
about us.
They didn't like us to start with, but they got on side, didn't they, later on? Kind of.
I think we played it good in the good old days. This was we played QPR at home, and they'd arranged to.
Yeah.
They basically were going to sue us, and then they said, right, what we'll do, we'll meet you after the game. So we said, come to turf at 5:30, and we played QPR, which that's a massive game for Wrexham.
Big game, big game.
Do you know what? That's a huge game.
And the turf was absolutely chock-a-block. Everyone was coming in. They were big news at the time. And I don't think Alan come. I think it was Judith and her
Judith.
daughter, wasn't it?
The daughter
And I remember people outside come run back. Oh, they're here. And in they come. And they were... Judith was sound, to be fair. She made a night of it. Some of our mates... Punk was one. He had a new Burberry cap, and Judith killed the Burberry cap on for the night. And it was just a great laugh. And... I don't know. But they just said, "Oh, you know, we can take this further. We want to become pop stars. We'll take this to Hollywood." We were just playing
classic
along,
them,
you know.
innit?
Yeah.
We did
And,
the video when they played at the Cent gig, wasn't it?
we done the
And we
centenary
actually
gig.
we got it
It
recorded,
was before
didn't we?
the Trust at the time. They were called Wins, weren't they?
Oh, yeah,
Was
Wins,
it
yeah.
Wins? I can't remember what it stood
2001
for.
it was.
But
Yes.
I think that's just because I mean, fucking obviously we've been to so many of your gigs now. I've lost count, and they're all fucking special. But
That's what I was going to say, sorry. Like part of us, like, what, 19, 20?
yeah,
used to
yeah,
go
easily.
down to the Walnut.
The
all
Walnut
dogs,
Tree,
we've
yeah.
been to all of them.
But what I was going to say is, at the start of your gigs, you actually say, don't you? Listen, with a bit of a piss take.
Yeah.
Don't take us too seriously. If you
Yeah.
don't like bad
like
language,
swearing.
then
Yeah.
I think
Shouldn't
you best use the door.
Yeah. If you don't like people forgetting the fucking words.
Basically, we did
But you say that at the start of your gigs, don't you?
Yeah, it's a joke.
It's a good laugh.
It's
It's
not
a-
meant to be. Yeah.
Go on,
What
James.
I really liked, obviously, when we were growing up, you'd have lads from all different areas, and as soon as there was a Declan Swans gig,
Yeah.
it all meets up. It
was like a
there.
cult thing,
It's like an
wasn't it?
unwritten
Yeah.
rule. Everyone, you come there, you have a laugh, you drink, you chat to everyone.
Oh, we drank, didn't we?
Oh, we drank.
We never used to see it as when you get bands playing out. You know,
Oh, we drank.
they're very professional. They have to load the kit up, and you know, with us, let's say we're playing an home game, and the game had finished 20. We'd be the same. Anyway, we'd still go out 12 o'clock. We get hammered, and if we were on the stage at 9 o'clock, didn't really.
It was great for me
didn't affect
because
you. Saturday. You still.
I used to
you just
play in
got
like
hammered
well, I
and that
still
was
do.
it.
I play in another band. Still do. So but play with Scoot. I don't know, no practice, nothing. Just turn
Yeah.
up, get your guitar. Don't even have to be in
Yeah,
tune.
just get
play.
hammered.
It's,
Didn't
it's,
really-
do you know what? It's a group of
It's not an inconvenience if you know
what
what I
I
mean.
see it
It's not-
as,
it's a
lads.
laugh. It
What I
always
see it
has
as, it's a group of mates and their mates as in the crowd, because it is. I mean, it's full of characters. We've got one here today. We've got Timmy Bins over there.
Timothy Lloyd Cotton Jones.
Song coming soon.
There he is. Can we get Timmy on the camera?
Zoom in on that.
We've got who else have we got? We've got Johnny Legless. We've had Stocker. We've had Scoot.
Brian the
Brian the
Barman.
Barman.
Captain Haddock. Barry
There we go.
Grimes.
Barry Grimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Captain Haddock, what a
so
legend.
the way I
Captain
see it is, it's you lot and it's your mate, and you know what? You always pull a good crowd. But the gig I'm gonna talk about now, we talked about before. Wrexham had no therapy at Wembley, so we've gone to Friday night. The Swans are playing in. It was the Welsh.
It was a well centre. It wasn't
centre.
far from King's
Right.
Cross, was it? I can't.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I remember I've walked in there now, and you know what? Oh, she goes Wrexham. So anyway, the night's gone on now, and it was packed, wasn't it? It was shocking.
Yeah.
So before I know it, I'm stood on the table, chucking beer all over my head, with my hands in my hair, singing Anne Robinson, top of my voice, right? And then all of a sudden, scooters stop, and something about noise complaints, and all of a sudden everyone's going, Wrexham. It was carnage, wasn't it?
There was a wedding downstairs, wasn't there?
That was it.
Yeah.
That was it. It was a
There
wedding
was a wedding
downstairs.
It was like an.
Trying to tell us to shut up.
It was an Islam wedding, wasn't it? So
Fucking
I don't know
hell,
who
that was
organised it.
It was
It was
an
two
Islam
store.
wedding. I
It was.
remember now.
It was like it wasn't very well arranged. And
No.
to be fair, we were dead respectful because we're not,
Yeah, yeah.
we're not like that. And the wedding downstairs, they kept coming up, or a spokesman or spokesperson, and saying, "Can you keep the noise down?"
So how did you keep the
it's
noise
not-
down with
how do we
500
do it?
people?
It wasn't so
going
much.
berserk?
It could have been more.
Like the feet and all that.
Do you know what? It could have been more. And do you know what? And I think you said a couple of times, we're going to have to keep it down a bit. And all of a sudden, Wrexham. And I remember, I'll never forget now, we were outside.
Didn't they pull the plug about 10:30 or something?
Yeah, we were playing. I just thought, why didn't they have us playing downstairs? And that would have been a lot easier.
Solve the problem.
And in the end, this fella, the manager of the centre, kept coming up. And there was a lot of people there. There
I mean,
must
That was
have
hundreds
been.
there. It was
Jonesy
hundreds,
just
Joe.
said 500. Now,
I don't know, I just said that as
I'm gonna go on a limb, say probably more, because
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
fucking shocking,
Yeah.
mate.
Possibly, yeah.
And like I said, we were outside. Me and my mate Gav, he gets another mention. And
He loves Gav.
yeah, I love Gav. I do
Nice
love
one,
Gav.
Gav. Nice
But,
one, Gav.
but anyway, so we're outside now, and the manager comes out. He goes, "Listen, we've got neighbours. Can you be respectful?" Yeah, no problem. He turns his back. I was going, Wrexham. It was fucking brilliant.
That
man.
was a good,
Yeah,
good
and you
that
can be
was.
respectful. We are respectful people. Yeah.
Of course.
But what can you do?
There's no,
It was badly arranged, to be fair. And in the end, the fella who must have been the manager, he'd had enough. He just come up. We were halfway through, maybe the 9th song. He just basically unplugged the PA system.
I mean, I think we must
And
have
that was
drunk.
the end of it,
I think we must have drunk on dry as well, because there was a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
There was, and not just Wrexham fans. There was rowdy Wrexham fans. I mean, listen, me being one of them, I'll tell you right now. Like I say,
They Wrexham were at Wembley, weren't they?
You're going to be
it was a big occasion.
Are you saying the Declan Swans attract rowdy crowds?
oh, big time, yeah.
I mean, is that what you're saying?
oh, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
That's,
Oh, massively, yeah.
Can't really deny that.
Jonesy, is that fair?
It's a fair
Do
comment.
you like me new chair? I can just swivel around like this, and
I
you know
like
what I mean?
that,
It's,
mate.
yeah,
Good.
thank
It's
you very
very
much.
professional.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Can you remember where your first ever gig was?
Ooh. Okay.
I thought that'd be a tough one.
I'd say when you used to have the old Acton bar,
Yeah. We did it. We
and
did.
we just done like a messing about thing. Jones got a guitar.
Me, you, and
Thursday
Jamie.
night.
Me, you, and Jamie did the
And
Acton
we
Bar.
started just messing about, putting
Yeah.
a few tunes to my poetry.
Vinnie Davenport.
Yeah,
was one
it
of them.
probably would have been. And then we just thought, oh, God, why don't we just start like band? And at the time, you have these annoying adverts. And there was one of these claims direct, and the character involved was called Declan Swan. It used to come all the time. So why don't we just...
Yeah, I was going to get on to that,
Declan
but
Swan,
that's
there he is.
fantastic.
Why don't
Yeah.
we let us call a band
He was a
Declan
little lad,
Swan?
only about 5 on the swing,
Yeah.
and he fucking claimed direct.
His mum
falling
spent the
over.
money on ale.
That's what we call you.
Yeah. We thought, why don't we just start that and we see how it goes? We've got nothing to lose.
I'll
People
send you the link. It's
I
on
was doing
YouTube.
poetry at the time,
Yeah, got it.
and they had Yales on a Thursday
me night,
night.
that.
I was getting a bit of a crowd. You were getting crowd in with your band. Well, why don't you just give it a go? What have we got to lose? We're going to get a crowd in, and that's what we started doing. And then,
Well, but it went berserk early on because the Kill Shows was a song, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It went berserk in a year.
Yeah.
Within a year, we were filling out 600 people were watching us.
I mean, we had to sign a contract once. It was the very last week of the Big Breakfast on Channel 4.
Yeah.
And Johnny Vegas was hosting it. And we had this, we didn't even have fax machines if it was Di Burton. Di Burton was acting as manager, or something. So we had this fax, can we play your song on Channel 4 Big Breakfast? So we had to sign a contract for them to play the song. So they done the song on it, and we weren't invited on, but you had Johnny Vegas, you had a girl who was on Coronation Street, and a couple of, dancing to, ooh, look at this, we're on Channel 4 here.
Yeah, it was mad, wasn't it?
Yeah,
quick shout out
it
to
was a
Di
mad
Burton.
era.
We all died, lad.
Yeah,
Built
shout
like a
out to
bolt.
Di.
Top man die.
Got a bull ring through the end of it as well.
Right, lads.
Bigger than that.
I'm
Come
going
on,
to
Bertie.
move on quick. We're going to come back to the band stuff and the Declan Swans. We're going to have to, aren't we? Because you're legends. Wrexham FC at the moment. Jones, I'm going to direct this one at you. The Halifax game, did you watch it?
Yeah.
Well, fucking Jesus.
Hit and miss, Wrexham.
It's
all
a
up.
miss. They hit everything they fucking hit.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
This is a special mention. I had tweeted him after the game. Jordan Davies. Do you know what? He's a Wrexham lad, and I was fucking proud of that lad that night because,
Yeah,
I mean,
spot on.
he's had a bit of stick, and I'll say it right now, rightly so, early season, but he's been coming into it, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Isn't it right? They've been playing him kind of out of position.
Yeah, put him in his right position.
When they put him where he's supposed to play.
James,
he's getting results.
Do you know
It's
what,
business.
Jamie? He's been played everywhere. But I tell you what, they put him out forward, and honest to God, you seen the fucking. He was just sheer quality. And if you're watching this, Jordan, fucking hats off to you, young man, because that was fantastic.
No, spot on. He was.
But
Brilliant.
listen, I mean, I went to watch it with. It was a chore that night. I thought, right, I'll go and watch him because I can't watch him. So I went to my mate's house, put it on, and well, Jesus Christ, I didn't sit down. Come on, Wrexham, and point at the telly.
8 goals in 2 games.
To
He's
a
like-
man, Dean, all the lads, if you listen to this, honestly, fucking fantastic. I can't big him up enough on that. Scoot, what you're saying on that one?
I'm the same, really. I remember the Halifax home game we drew 0-0. We were absolutely shocking.
Oh, God, I
That's
remember.
probably the lowest point of the season.
Been a few though, haven't there?
God, but the away game.
Jesus Jones has been a few.
We just didn't think, well, we're not going to get nothing out of this. Next thing, we're 4-0 up within what? How many minutes?
But I say, do you know what I thought? So the first half, it was they fucking ran over him like a steam train. Second half, they come out, and what a professional performance. They just done a number on him.
Yeah.
Looked like they had a game plan for the first time in ages.
Yeah.
That looked like, right, we want you to do this bit of direction, and it worked.
Yeah, nailed it, Jim. Nailed it. Game after that, who did we have? Sorry,
Consistency.
I think it was Woking, wasn't it?
we walking and again another 4-0. I mean, I've got to be honest again, lads. At the time, I was heavily intoxicated.
Shock.
Since
Horror.
let's not go there, lads. All right, we're all friends here. All right,
Sorry,
fucking
mate,
I've invited you on my podcast, and you fucking give me all this shit. Now we are Woking. Scoot, I take it you watched that game.
Woking game, yeah.
Talk me through it,
After
mate.
Halifax. Right, Woking, let's be honest, they were on a terrible run of form now. But still, 4-0 away to Woking.
That was a good result, mate. 4-0
4-0
anyway.
away.
Anyway,
Been to
yeah.
Woking a few times. I don't know if we beat them there. I'm not sure in the past. But yeah, we needed to win the game. We won it well. I'm going to move forward a little bit. Sorry on this. It's the games that we need to win we're not winning.
I'm coming on to it, Chesterfield.
When there's
It's
pressure.
all right. It's all right winning at Woking 4-0, and it was a good win. I mean,
Notts,
you'd have took
Notts
a
County
1-0.
was the one.
It's
First
I
20
think-
minutes against Notts County.
Let's go back. Notts County.
We spoke about that in the last podcast, but
Notts County were terrible.
But what I said, I mean, the first 10 to, I mean, I've heard people saying it was Keith's ball, but do you know what? Wrexham fucking flew at them. And do you know what? They went there and had a go, and that's rare to see Wrexham go
Yeah.
to an away ground,
Yeah.
a big away ground,
Yeah.
and do that, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
they were fucking unlucky. I mean, Torquay slightly unlucky.
Say unlucky, but
I know what you're
Again,
saying.
it's direction. That's what it always comes down to, I think, with Wrexham.
I thought Notts County was shocking. I do. I think
They were there for the taking.
they're at the
Should have
beginning
been
of the season,
2 up
you look-
before these.
You look at
3
clubs
up.
because of the name and the history in it, and I think
Well, it was a set
you're
piece
always
again,
wary
wasn't it?
about Notts
Set
County. I
piece.
think they were terrible.
Goal.
Let's skip forward a couple of games now. Chesterfield at home, big chance to take points away. They've just signed Danny Rowe. I mean, fucking, my God, we've been gagging for that twat for years
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Jones,
So they can sign it.
Yeah.
Jonesy, surely to
They're
God.
signing anybody, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but listen, I mean, Danny Rowe, for anyone to sign, I mean, he's gone up a league, rightly so. I mean, for him to come back down to the bloody conference.
Money, mate.
But I tell you what, Sean Pearson did a number on him, didn't he?
Yeah.
Top lad, Sean Pearson, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Let's
Do
be
you know what?
Legend.
Sean, if
so
you watch
much
this,
I'd read
we need
so
you on this
much-
podcast, son.
So much negativity about he's finished this and that. And
Is he bollocks,
No.
mate?
No
Is he
chance.
Is he finished?
Not when you got that passion and you
What a player.
love playing.
Yeah,
for the
exactly.
club.
Player. And what
And
he's
not,
done
and
for
not
the
only
club.
that,
Get
James,
him
I
in
mean,
that side 100% all the time. All the time.
Danny Rowe is by far. I mean, he's the best player in this league by fucking far. And Sean Pearson did a fucking number on him. Not only Sean Pearson. I mean, I tell you, who changed it when he come on. He's had a bit of stick recently, and I mentioned him in the last podcast. I love him. I love his attitude. Jay Harris, he come on and he was fucking dynamite, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Because
Played
I
well.
mean, I think they put Davies to left back because he was
Yeah.
getting overrun a bit, wasn't he?
Yeah.
It was centre mid with Harris when he come. Young, he was a bit out of it, and Harris come on. He's fucking crunching tackles and that.
Yeah.
Again, Jay Ellis, we'd love him on this one, wouldn't we?
Yeah,
Alice, yeah.
Get
Yeah.
him on here.
Get him on.
Willing to-
Be a bit
Come on,
feisty,
Jay.
that, wouldn't it?
What with you?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but I love the guy.
Yeah.
He's like me, he's feisty.
Get him on.
So, I mean,
Get
Great
him on.
guy.
too much feisty in 4 seats.
Ah,
that,
yeah,
isn't
but we've
it?
got the ball in between us, so it's laughing, it's fine. Yeah, so I mean, Chesterfield probably slightly the better side, would you say?
Probably, yeah. Yeah, I would have thought so.
If
But you need to win them games, don't you? Really?
They're
Well,
the
But-
ones
but-
where
the
the
but-
big
pressure's on.
games.
When the pressure's on,
Exactly.
it's like
When
a
the
piece of paper.
The games that you
Yeah.
need to win, we're
It's
not
like-
winning. We're
Yeah,
not
that's
winning
right.
them.
But I'm going to tell you one thing. I mean, Sean Pearson after the game, he said, he comes out, he said, we weren't great. Well, we know that, Sean, we were watching, pal. But he said, if you would have said 7 points for the last 3 games, you'd have snatched it on. And do you know what? He's
Yeah.
fucking right.
No, you're right.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
would have.
Yeah.
Chesterfield, I think they've got a bit of quality there, and I'll be very surprised if they're not in the playoffs. I think Wrexham will be in there. But I'll be very... No, I do. I think we're going to scrape it. I believe in them. But I think Chesterfield are going to be there in the Scoot. Do you think?
But the worry is, you've got to play. For us to scrape into the playoffs, we've then got to play 2 away games to even get to a final. Are we good enough? Can we go to Stockport and win?
Oh, don't talk
To
to me about
me,
Scott, but I tell you what, they're the best
can
team in
you
the league
go-
for me.
Ca-
Bastards.
It may be Chesterfield for the first game. Can we go to Chesterfield and win? We just don't. I really hope we can, but
But
There's always hope, but you need confidence, really, don't you?
we just don't seem to be. I mean,
It's
the
'cause
Halifax game was a one-off to me. We don't beat rivals away 4-0.
But
It's never happened. It hasn't happened
but the
in
playoffs,
years.
Scoot, anything can happen now. Who beats in the playoffs? Was it Eastleigh?
Eastleigh.
Right, I'm going to talk you
We
through
should
this
have won
now.
that game.
Should have won it.
really. We should have won it. We
We
should
hit the
have.
bar twice. We had
Yeah.
one close to line. And all of a sudden,
Yeah.
extra time now in the tech
Yeah.
end, Scoot.
Yeah.
This fucking... He'll never hit a sweeter ball
No.
in his life.
No.
Half volley, top corner. I put my bottle down. My steak pie went for the burden. I calmly walked down the steps, told the steward to fuck off, and walked past the turf. Everyone's like, you come for a pint, Wince? Not now, pal. Not
I think
now.
we were still in the scent, were we, Jonesy?
I don't blame you. Well, anyway,
That was
got
your-
out,
that was
didn't
your
we?
7th breakdown of the year, that one, wasn't it?
about the 9th, I think.
9th, yeah.
Yeah.
thought it-
Listen, I'm problems with a breakdown. I'm an emotional guy. Speaking of emotional guys, I'm going to bring up Always Sunny and Wrexham. Now, people are going. I'll put myself out there right now because people are going to laugh, and if you do, balls to you, because this club means fucking the world to me. Everything, everything I've got. You know me, Scoot. Everything I've got is
Yeah.
this club. Now, I'm not proud of this. James is laughing. He knows what I'm going to say. First time I heard that tune, I was rough at the time. Scoot, I was rough at the time. I cried, mate. I cried. I had tears down my eyes because, and I'll
First
tell you
time we've
why.
ever put emotion into any song, Scoot.
Right?
I'm an emotional type of
Yeah,
guy.
well, so my Scoot. But let me tell you why I cried, because I had tears rolling down me, because it wasn't about what's happened, it's about what could happen. Are you with me on that, Scoot?
Yeah, yeah.
It's
definitely.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were on the turn of this could be something great. You
That's
know,
it,
there's
James.
potential to be something
when
that
we-
we've all
when
wanted
we-
for years and years.
When we wrote it, well, Scoot wrote it, and I put the tune to it. The deal hadn't gone through, had it? It was just coming through. It hadn't gone through.
I mean, do you
And
know,
we
We were all
just-
confident it was going to go through.
We
I
were
mean,
confident, but we went.
The 2% that voted against it.
Yeah, I know, but the
Hold your head in shame.
the vote hadn't gone through then, and not.
I mean, don't get me wrong. If it didn't go through, I'd have cried again.
This was end of October, wasn't it, when we
Fucking
did
no
it?
problem. I'd have cried, mate. Buckets.
Sent me a video of listening to your song, and there was, and I'm saying, when I say he was crying, he was crying.
Buckets.
Here's Sean, lad.
Well
Even his
done.
partner
Because-
messaged me saying, "Is Sean all right? He's crying."
It's something that's never happened to us. We've
I
been,
mean, I'm not proud of
we've
that.
been
The first song we've ever done with no
flawless.
swearing in.
We've been ripped and ripped and ripped. We should never have got relegated from what was the old
No.
first into the second. We had a points deduction, and we just it's just never. Just always people have always bought the club or owned the club with the wrong intentions.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
this
Bugs.
time,
It's for the right
the
reason.
right
Yeah,
reason.
but Don't get me
No-
wrong.
Finally, yeah.
there's no reason to. Why would they? They don't need.
Of
to.
course, but it's again. Sorry to go. I mean, my granddad's his ashes on that pitch.
And we done a song years ago called "Stands
Stands
Ashes."
Ashes,
Yeah.
But do you know what? It means this. Everything Wrexham means the world to me, as it does. It does to all of us.
Yeah, yeah.
So that song, yeah, I fucking shed. I shed a couple of tears, like.
I texted you, didn't I? A message, and I said, "This is."
Yeah.
It's
I
unbelievable.
honestly think
Yeah.
this is your finest achievement. This
It
is.
is.
This is going to be sung
So-
in the stadiums for as long as this club's
Scoot, we're
alive
going
now,
to sing
I
it for your
reckon.
top of our voices. But lads, I want to the making of it. Scoot, obviously you on the lyrics. Jonesy, you did the music. Lads, I think it's a fucking fine. I think it's the best thing to come out of Wrexham. apart from Cal Conley.
Very
but
kind
we'll go
of
into
you.
that.
Yeah, top man Connors.
Very kind of you.
Lads, how did it come about? Who had the first idea?
Well, Scoot always sends me the lyrics. Always.
Yeah, but,
So if we've got an idea for a song, I'll say,
We've done it.
you know, and he always sends me the lyrics, and I'll just sit there
Yeah.
strumming away until I get something.
okay.
We've done it in the past. We've done a song, I should say, called Hamilton Scum, which
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
we've done Stan's Ashes,
Stan's
which was
Ashes.
about what you explained
Brilliant,
about then, Sean,
brilliant
which
song.
was about somebody's I don't know, husband's ashes being. So we've always been. I thought, let's make a nice song now because why should it all be misery and all negative stuff? Because finally, we've got
Something positive's happening
that
in the
cares
town.
about the club, that put money
Have a
into the
posit-
club.
spin on it.
So let's do a song about. So basically, I write a poem as always, like Jonesy said. I give it to Jonesy. And what we normally do then, we pick up the best bits. Right, what's going to be our chorus? But this one was a bit easier because the chorus was there for us. The chorus it was always going to be less than a mile. So I give it to Jonesy. And as a poet, I work on like syllables. So Jonesy gives that word doesn't quite fit, and then we change a few words around. I thought, this will be a good song. This will be something that, okay, if the fans don't catch on to it, in the ground, it's something that we can sing in the pubs even.
Well, we've
It's just a catchy chorus, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what you want. Catchy
Yeah.
chorus. And it's just
And that's all you need to sing, really. It's the chorus,
It's the chorus.
and then maybe, which I was quite proud of. Being a poet, I was quite proud of the lyrics of Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney. Innocular. It's my niece that told me.
because that's come from Always Sunny in Philadelphia,
Yeah.
isn't
My
it?
niece said to
Jonesy
me.
had to explain
I
it to
remember
me, but
singing it once, messing about. My niece says, "Well, what you need to put into it is innocular pat down because he always uses innocular pat down in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. How do we fit that in?" And so we needed Jonesy'd always done like Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney, Ryan. So we need that second bit, so innocular pat down. I thought, ideal. The Gwenny.
the Gwenny.
The Gwenny.
Gotta get the Gwenny in.
Everybody knows the Gwenny.
know, yeah.
And I think
Classic.
the whole bit of the song, I think that's the best bit of it. For me,
do you know what? It's a
when
fucking.
we sing it,
It's a fact. I mean, how many times have I sang it, James? I mean, fucking. I think he sent you a video one night. I'm on the red wine. I've got you on YouTube. I'm at the top of my voice.
belting it.
I mean, fucking. I got my red wine and I'm singing it. Fucking come on, James. What are you doing? I'm like, not now, woman. I'm singing.
Me and Winter entered the house.
Let's not go too far into that, please.
You're only going to know a certain amount of this house. But anyway,
Please, because I've had a bacon and I don't like it.
I
Please.
said, I'm going to end up a bit late, Wince. So anyway, I pulled into this really nice house. Wince is stood up in the hot tub. Speedo's on. Your song's put on blast. And he's belting it out. And then some poor dog walkers.
Hey, lads,
and
like
some
this.
geezer on a
Like
bike.
this. Hey, all of a sudden the fence is here, the hot tub's here,
fellas.
Jimmy's there, and they're walking the dog and they're like this. So I was turning, I'm going, less than a mile from you, know what I mean?
Poor dog walker.
I don't know.
And
it's made up when people are singing your songs or your lyrics. Honestly, it's
Do you know what?
such a-
I think
it's a
James,
good buzz.
James will back me up on this. James, I don't know what you think. That song we're going to sing on the terrace. I think that's going to be the
song
chance
for the
for
terrace,
years
for the lads,
and years
yeah, I don't-
and
Well,
years.
I hope people do because
you get a
know,
lot of credit for your lyrics and stuff like that. But that
Jonesy
opening,
for the mu-
that
yeah.
opening riff on the guitar, I think that just sets the entire song.
I'd had
up.
7 pints before I wrote that.
You need
I was
7 more
sober.
than you have a belter, wouldn't
Yeah, I think James is right there.
you? Masterpiece if you have 14 pints.
Nice one.
Slightly,
Thank you very much.
I'm going slightly off the subject here. This is on the Wrexham and Lager podcast. Obviously, we are, what would you say, James, a bit different from the others?
Yeah.
We're straight talking, we're idiots, we're
Ah,
arseholes, and our
better.
opinions,
Just have a laugh.
and I don't, the opinions
That's
you're
it, a
probably,
laugh.
you're probably in the pub when you're Jim. I mean,
Yeah.
you probably don't want to hear me and him in a pub because, well, no one needs that. Let's not go into that. But anyway, we come up with a new feature. It is Jimmy's Fact of the Week. Now, James, put your glass on, please. Look serious.
Of the week.
Come on, James, we're serious here.
This is looking good.
Right, it's okay. You know he means business. Now, James, I don't know what you're going to say because it probably takes away a bit of magic. Now, you're quite a... I was going to say, you're out there, aren't you?
In times, yeah.
He's a rum lad, that's all I can say.
He's a good lad.
Again, I'm going to ask him about his first match day experience in a bit, but we'll go on to that, and that'll sum up the rum lad. Well, everyone knows you're an arsehole. Anyway, Jimmy's obscure fact of the week. Go.
This is a good one. So, obviously with you being a wordsmith, lyrics, etc., blah blah blah. This one was directed to you. So, do you know the dot above a J and above the I? Do you know what they're called?
I've got a fucking clue.
Not me.
Tittles. Not joking. 100%. They are known as tittles.
Tittles, fucking hell.
That's great.
And you learn something
Good
new
to know that.
Thank you,
every
mate.
fucking day
I'll
of the
remember
week.
that.
I tell you what, only on Wrexham and Lager podcast. Now, I'm going to give James another feature here
Tittle.
because, Scoot, you just mentioned there, he's a fucking card, doesn't he? You know what I mean? He's, well, we could be here all night.
He's a right
He's
card.
also a wind-up merchant, isn't he?
Oh, without a doubt.
Right, so...
I've had you a few times.
Yes, you
Who
have.
haven't you had?
Don't
He's
have.
sat at his house and I just know he's sat there. I fucking hate James Simmons.
Yeah.
I know.
So, we're all fully aware of... I'm going to say how much of an arse of you. No, how much of a wind-up merchant you are. Now,
I know how much
I know
he
you're bursting to tell people about what you've done to me recently.
I don't know if I told you, Scoot, actually.
Right, listen, James...
So anyway,
Yeah.
me and the lads, one of us started calling Wince the Chief. I can't remember why, but he was furious about it. One of his other breakdowns. And he was furious about being called the
There's
Chief.
been Indian pictures, the works, but we'll go into that.
So yeah, do you know like the Indian guy of YMCA? His head was on that. Chief Wiggum off The Simpsons, his head was on that. Anyway,
Chief Wiggum.
the only logical thing to do
Hey, let that
was,
sink in, lads. Chief fucking Wiggum.
was to round up £120, and I ordered a 12-foot by 12-foot flag with his head on it, saying the Chief. And if you've been watching the Wrexham games lately, you will notice it in the old away stand.
But that's not the funniest thing. So he said to me, and all week I fucking bugged me. He was going, well, I'll come watch the game in your house. I was like, yeah, no worries, mate. You're always welcome here. But I thought, he never wants to watch a game with me because I can get quite irate.
Except this day.
Rowdy.
So anyway, I don't know if you noticed, but in the second, there's a massive, it's huge, 150th anniversary flag, right? And he kept commenting on it. Now, the Chief flag was right next to it. And I'm like, yeah, it's a big flag. He's all right, well, whatever, mate. Anyway, second half now. Second half now, it's, I think I'm arguing with a miss at the time. I'm talking to James, and I've looked over. It's a goal replay. Fucking pause it down now. I said, does that say the fucking Chief? I've not seen my head. Now, bear in mind, it's 12 foot by 12 foot. It's me with a glass of red wine like this. I said, that's the Chief. Anyway, all I can hear is giggling. I can see the sofa going like this. So I've gone over. I've gone. Is this you? What was your reaction?
Oh, I was.
No denial.
Oh, no denial.
Scoot, no denial. He couldn't breathe. He said, yeah, no, it's me. It's
When
me.
you see something in your mind, you're like, this could be really, like your song, this could be good. And I was like, this could be really fucking funny, this, yeah. Got it in the stadium, and they just happened to zoom in on it, and he goes, wait, does that say Chief?
In my high-pitched girly voice, that's exactly how I fucking said it. I'm not ashamed of it, lads. I got the personality to back it up. Right.
Yeah, great. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm going to have to turn serious for a sec. I've got,
please do.
Obviously, they're both. Yeah,
Your glasses still on, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, fine.
I know you're both politically minded, and we're all kind of on the same. Do you both think that Wrexham Football Club is still a working class club and Wrexham a working class town?
Well,
So that's a
on the
deep one,
last,
James.
on the last election vote, it turned Tory. So
I think we all knew how upset we were. The three of us were really upset
so
about that.
that upset me.
I
would
can
say-
just say I don't understand it, so I'm just going to let you.
Let Jonesy finish first.
On the last election vote, yeah, I would say that was fucking horrific, to be honest.
There was external factors in that.
There
It
was,
wasn't as
there was.
clear, you know,
Brexit,
cut and shut, was it?
Brexit was a lot to do with the last fucking...
Exactly.
Which...
But back, you know, more to the club. Does it still feel like it's the working class club?
Well, some people might not say that because we've been taken over by millionaire owners. But
They both, even though they're famous and millionaires.
Yeah, that they seem working class people.
That's it.
Well,
they do, don't they? We do.
And that's why they've been brought up similar. That's why they've taken over the club, because of similar beliefs, which
That's it, yeah.
I think that's good. I think that's why they've come to Wrexham.
Mainly so, but maybe before the takeover, obviously they've said all the right things, haven't they, regarding that side of it?
You know, you talk about McLaren, you talk about Philadelphia, working class.
Yeah.
Wrexham, you know.
So I've got relatives in Pittsburgh, and I used to go over there when I was young, and it's very, that sort of area seems very much like some of the towns in Britain. You know, they work hard, industry, they drink. So there's got to be parallels there, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah, possibly. Yeah. It's a difficult one, but yeah.
My thing on it.
We're still working class.
That's it. Yeah.
After the last election, that's absolutely. I'm still.
Everybody was.
I just wanted to cry. I couldn't believe Wrexham had gone Tory, and I still can't now to this day. I can't believe.
Yeah, I didn't think I'd ever see that.
I'd never see it in my day that Wrexham would go Conservative.
But the club as itself, I mean, the club.
As a club,
it's a working class
I'll go on the
gritty
club
club,
in
isn't it?
and a second on this, but we've always had a rivalry with Chester, right? And I've loved it. Well,
yeah.
And it's always been the same. We're the working class.
We
You're the
fucking love it,
Tories.
Chester
And
the
what do we
Tories,
call them? We used to call
Now
them
it's the other way
Ruperts.
round, isn't it?
You're the Ruperts. We're the working class. You Tory. And
Say it, Scoot.
and
Sing
there's a few. You know, I don't post on that Red Passion. I think it's hatred, a lot of it on that. But there used to be a lad from Chester who's posting it regular. And he was all right. He was quite left-wing. And I'd probably have a beer with him. And he come back for the last little end of the day. We're Labour, mate. You're the Tories.
Yeah. What can you say to that?
That was
absolutely
worst part.
devastated. That to me is like Chester is working class and we've gone Tory. We've gone like
it's
we don't
reversed,
care
isn't
about
it?
other people.
Scoot,
We're like
James,
we've gone selfish.
I'm sorry to stop you,
we've
but I'm
gone-
going to go back to this very quickly. Now, you said about Red Passion. Now, we had a couple of posts on Red Passion regarding our podcast, and they said...
Were they positive about you?
They said, no, yeah, a lot of them positive, and thank you very much, guys. But
Yeah,
then,
chuffed a bit.
But then we also had they're swearing for the fact of swearing. Now, I think that's all the fucking bollocks, don't you?
Every fucker swears. I fucking swear. Like,
It's, to me, it's like a debate sitting in a pub. You fucking sit there and you
Listen,
swear and you
listen,
talk
listen,
about
listen,
what you
talking.
normally
Yeah.
talk about.
we're talking here like we would talk in the pub.
That's what we
We're
wanted
not doing
for
anything
the
different.
podcast,
I'm not doing
wasn't it?
anything different.
That's
You're
what-
not doing anything
That's what me
different.
and him said. And do you know what, Jonesy? Every time me and you speak, there's a bloody camera there, isn't there, mate?
Fucking right, mate. 3 times now.
On the shot. Also, hey, Jonesy, we just want a quiet pint, don't we?
Fucking right.
A chinwag and a Wrexham Lager, a quiet ale, but we've got cameras everywhere, mate.
Well, they follow
Maybe
us around, mate.
with them type of guys, what are you going to say?
You've got a bit better hair than me.
Well, I didn't want to say anything.
Yeah, it's got a haircut.
I didn't want to say
I just
anything.
thought you looked like Adam Lallana years ago.
But I've seen
I've been
pictures
told
of you
that.
from the 80s, and you used to have a good head of hair. Like,
Yeah,
to
I
be
did.
honest.
I did, mate. Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Big fan of that haircut, Jonesy. Obviously, you can't bring it back now.
I've heard you look like Chris Waddle back in the day.
No, I look like Gary Lineker.
Yeah?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, he did, yeah. Spit.
Oh,
Going back to our own, as well,
Unfortunately.
I'd like to say,
Go
yeah,
on, yeah.
I'm devastated about it. I'm still devastated about the election. I still can't believe it. People I know voted Tory, and they know they've done wrong because they don't admit it. How many people do you know that'll come to you? I voted Tory, and they'll argue with you. They don't. You don't
They won't
see
admit
them.
it.
You don't bump into them in
Exactly.
the street.
It was almost like you said, the external factor. It was like they were hoodwinked. They were focusing too much on this, and it just the whole. I mean, I had to come off Facebook for a bit because it was getting me down.
I'm not buying that.
It's
I know I was. I had to cut winding
It's like
people
when
up.
people, you know, at the beginning of
That's why he does his
lockdown,
best
people
work.
were outside and they were clapping the nurses. And I think, hang on, you fuckers.
Hypocritical
You
bastards.
didn't even think they were worthy of a pay rise. Now
it,
you're
yeah.
outside clapping the NHS and the nurses, but yet you fucking voted, mate.
Yeah.
When they were all high-fiving each other, saying, the nurses don't deserve a pay rise, and you voted for them.
So
and now all of a sudden you're outside.
This could be a
it really was.
This could be a meaningless question, but did you go outside? Did you go outside in your front garden and bang some pots?
Pots and pans, I see that. You can't be asked clapping. Like,
They're hypocrites, a lot of them.
But yeah, it really wound me.
Right, lad,
that
right.
really...
If
we go back to the club, the original question, yes.
Yeah, I forgot
Rob
the original
McElhenney and Ryan Reynolds, to me, I've never met them, but what I can
They've
read
never met each other.
Google, I think they're decent people.
Wait till he meets us.
What they talk about, and they're very community-based
I think
made up of it.
They seem
decent people.
I think more indecent. They say, listen, obviously they've got a documentary and all that, and rightly fucking so. They're do you know what?
Shine a light on this club, on our
that
history,
that clip they seen, the
Everything
Ivor
we love
Williams.
about this
Ivor
place.
Williams is brilliant.
Oh, brilliant. That was, wasn't
It
it?
was
How
brilliant.
much was that worth to Ivor Williams?
But hang on
Yeah.
a minute. I'm sorry to stop you, lads. What they said at the end is, you may not have heard of Wrexham, but you will.
Yeah.
And do you know what?
That's
I'm,
it,
I'm like,
that one line.
"Go on, Rob."
That meant
Do you know?
a lot, didn't it?
I think these lads, they're going to walk in the turf. I think they're going to have a beer with everyone. I think they're probably
I
going to
think
buy
they
the
will.
pub a bit. I don't
they
think
will.
they'll get to the bar. They get swamped. But we're going back to the football now because it is a football show, loosely-ish. Would you say, James? Loosely, yeah.
Loosely.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to ramp it up as the weeks go on because some people.
Well, it's getting closer to the
But
end,
anyway,
then, isn't it?
it's getting to the bone. Jonesy, come to you. Your match day. Give me your match day now. It's Wrexham are playing. I don't know. We're at home to someone. Your match day now. What you do? Tell me where you go. Your match day ritual. You get up. You go somewhere. Go on. Tell me.
If Wrexham are on a Saturday, I don't always watch them because I'm fucking working.
Right, that's
But,
happened.
but no. I didn't mean.
It's happened twice in a bounce now. I can't believe it. First time Mikel
Not
stitched
all.
me
No.
up.
Yeah, no.
Can you believe this, James?
Oh, I can believe it.
I'll get me.
Let's start revising the guest, shall we? For fuck's sake.
Well, I'll just put it on the fucking laptop and drink beer and watch it.
Scoot, I'm coming to you here, mate. Please fucking save the question because
Well, he's
Jonesy
the
just
same.
turns the
He said
shit.
he'll say exactly the same thing because he fucking works as well.
All right, then, right. I'll tell you what. Let me fucking rephrase that. Fucking arseholes. Let me rephrase that. If you're going to watch a Wrexham match, Jonesy.
Back in the day, obviously when you weren't
Well,
working.
what pre-COVID? You mean?
Did he not work in a day? Or?
What do you mean now? Just watching it on the telly? You mean?
Back in the day when you used to go watch
Yeah,
Wrexham,
yeah.
what were your pre-match rituals?
Well, we've got the fucking spoons or the fucking turf or the.
I used to love walking in
Usually,
spoons, seeing Scoot there. Every time I see Scoot, he just look at me, start laughing. I'd laugh, and then
Then we'd have about. Then we've had about 7 Carlin, and then walk to the ground about 10 to 3.
Hey, followed by another 7, Carlin. I tell you, Scoot, I'll tell you what. Give me your earliest memory of watching Wrexham, whether it's be repaired. Give me your earliest memory of watching the town. What did you do that day? Where did you go? What pub did you go to?
Earliest.
Please, when you were a kid.
Earliest when I was in school, but it wasn't the same when I was in school as sort of, let's say, I left school, fucking getting on now.
Don't say.
On a
don't get yourself
regular
down.
basis, it would have been the season we got relegated from the old second division.
Oh, he said it. He said it, James. He said it.
I used to go with a schoolmate of mine, Toast.
Great
He
name.
had a paper round.
Good lad, Toast.
I had a
Nice one, Toast.
I had a paper round. He had a
Sorry.
milk round.
I don't want to butt in here. I don't want to be that guy. But his name was Toast.
Yeah.
Toast, Paul, what a
What was
legend.
his second
Provoc.
name? Marmalade.
Paul Provoc.
Provokes, yeah.
Yeah.
Good lad.
What a legend.
I know.
Shell's
now.
And then
brother.
I was still in school, and so we started going to a few Wrexham away games. You'd go to big FA Cup games, Everton, Wolves. But we've done a few like Birmingham, likes of that. And they were games when you were more or less, you were free, you were a young kid. We did everything without going to the pub, I suppose. And then the season I left school, we got relegated 2 seasons on the bounce, I think. So we got relegated then from the old 3rd to the 4th. And that season, I joined the supporters club, and I went on a bus and missed maybe 2 away games. We lost to Worcester City in the FA Cup.
Oh, I bet that was a down.
We
that
were
was a down day.
shocking.
Now, Scoot, you've been a bit of a lad in your time, haven't you?
I wouldn't say that.
No, I would. and do you know what? I'm going to put you on the spot here, son. Give me your favourite. I'm going to say naughtiest. No. Yeah, no, I'm going to say it. Give me your favourite, horriblest, naughtiest away day. With the group of.
Because you got a few.
Yeah, with a group of aspiring young gentlemen that you used to surround yourself with.
Negative or positive?
You take.
I'll tell you a mad day watching.
That'll do me.
And it probably would have been 1989. So I remember, just to start the story off, we played Orient on New Year's Eve. And one of my big mates at the time, Stan Beakey, we hired a Sierra estate. So we went down to Orient on it was New Year's Eve. It might have been a Saturday. We beat them and we went top of the league. Kevin Russell scored. And we should have went up that season. Anyway, cut a long story short, we ended up in the playoffs. We beat Scunthorpe in the semi-final. I'll never forget, their main striker was called Andy Flounders. And I think they'd finished 4th, or we'd finished 7th. No right to beat them. We beat them 3-1 at home on a Sunday. Went there the following Tuesday, beat them 2-0. I think Kevin Russell might have scored twice. Then we played Orient in the final. And it wasn't like you didn't play at Wembley them days. There was no home and away final. It was at Orient's ground. Oh no, tell a lie. I know. We drew 0-0. Yeah. Then we had to go to Orient for the second leg.
The return fixture.
The return fixture. England were playing at home to Poland that day. I think 3:00 kickoff. So they put the game at 12 o'clock. So 12 o'clock kickoff. Orient all to play for 0-0. And them days, they used to have a mail train from Holyhead down to Euston. I don't know, must have left Holyhead midnight, 1 o'clock. You should stop at Chester, load all the mail on. So if you get to Chester for about 3 o'clock, you'd get the mail train. We always used to do it them days. We were young and more energetic. So we get the mail train down. We've got to London for about 6, 7 o'clock. And the bars used to be open around the Spitalfield markets. We've had a few. There's a good load of us. Neil, God rest his soul. It was
God
all
bless
of
you.
us.
Rest in peace, Neil.
You know, there's a few. We've had a great morning. Maybe you'd think an afternoon, but really it was a morning because we were there so early. Gone there for a 12 o'clock kickoff. It was just mental. It was a mental day.
Talk me through it, Scoot.
Can't remember much about it, really. Do you want to talk about the football or the...
Listen, this is Wrexham and Lager, mate. You speak it.
This is Orient away, 1989, playoff final to get into the football. To go up into what would have been then Division 3. I'm sure it was Division 4 then. So it was just mad all day. It's just... Can't really say much more about it.
Do you know what?
It was just, we lost the game.
We lost, yeah.
Ground,
but you know what?
Mental.
I take it. I mean, fucking me been going for years, James.
Oh,
with again a select bunch of how would you sum up our friends, James? In your intelligent speak, because obviously it's out of my depth. Our friends, our group chat. Can you sum up in? I'll give you 3 words.
Misdirected. Misfits.
I'd agree with that. I'd agree totally.
Back in the day, anyway.
We've all been misfits in our
Back in the day, or
careers.
we'll go back in the day. I think, yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing better than Wrexham going away. It says it's a big game, and I tell you what now, the Red Army take over, don't we? We take over.
Yeah.
And I'm on about the Wrexham. I mean, the. I gotta be careful how I put this. The supporters you'd see wearing scarves and the hardcore of this fantastic club, and I want to take my hat off here because they sing their hearts out. Wrexham's away support, even now in the conference. Scoot Jones.
No, second to
These
none. Second to
all
none.
the big away days that we've been over the years, like the rival fans.
The best, the last one was the Stoke, wasn't it?
Stoke, look at Stoke.
Now this leads me to my next.
That's only a few years ago, isn't it?
We asked this
Like
in
a red wall, and it was so cold.
Yeah, it was freezing.
So cold.
even for a big bull like you.
It was fucking freezing.
That's when on the last one I mentioned the port. It was so cold.
I don't know if
felt
you
like
heard
a sailor.
that.
Do you know the sailors?
Yeah.
Used to drink because it was that cold.
Yeah.
That's how cold it
Well,
was.
I got stuck in a netting because of that. So if you listen to the last podcast, you'll hear all about it. But so the last podcast, we got a question. I thought Wrexham are in the 3rd round of the FA Cup now. Hypothetically, we're second out the hat, so we're playing away. James's ground he'd like to go to, Millwall, for obvious reasons. Let's not go into that. Let's go into it, James. Why would you want to go to Millwall?
Well, because you just know it's going to be. They've got a really good set of fans beside the,
well.
the fans.
Do you reckon we turn them over or what?
It'd just be. I think it'd just be it'd be a really good fixture. Of like big,
Yeah.
loyal,
It'd
club
be-
enthusiastic fans.
It'd be loud, it'd be hostile, it'd be rowdy. So now I said Arsenal away. Reason being,
Yeah, I'd like a London trip.
Yeah, okay,
possibly.
okay.
Yeah, a London trip's always good.
my
They're always good.
reason being, lads, is because I know 3, 4, 5, even 6,000 Reds there. All you hear a match of a day, Wrexham. You wouldn't hear them, would you? It'd be all you hear is
Don't
Wrexham
hear 'em
fans.
anyway, though, do you?
Exactly, we take over. Now, Jones, will come to you first. Give me your away ground you most want to see Wrexham play at.
What, I've never been there, you mean?
No. Whether you've
any
been there or
ground.
not, the Premier League club, any ground in the UK, what team would you like to play? I'll give you reasons why, please, mate.
Celtic.
That's a good shout.
Hey,
That's a very good shout.
That's a very
hey,
good shout.
Hey, do you know what? We got a lot of Celtic mates, and if you
Let's
listen
get
to
up
this,
to fucking
lads,
Celtic and have a right fucking...
if you listen to this, boys, up you.
It's never going to happen, is it? But
I got a good mind
you
there.
said hypothetically, so I'm
Sean,
saying Celtic.
Sean Roslin, I think he come out to Wrexham. What a fucking guy he is.
Yeah.
And the rest of the lads. I did say the UK, didn't I?
I've been to Celtic a few times,
Fantastic.
and it's a fucking great ground.
We got a bit of a, I say alliance, but
And,
we're friends with them, aren't we? We like Celtic. Scoot,
Yeah, Celtic, yeah.
Over the years, yeah, Celtic
Yeah.
and Wrexham.
Scoot,
have had
go
a
on,
good
give me
relationship.
your
It'd be
ground,
nice to
please.
see Wrexham play Celtic.
I'd go with Jonesy on that one.
No, you
Come on,
can't.
Scoot. You're
No,
better than
different
this,
one.
my son. Come on. Big Jonesy said his fucking pick. Come on,
Right,
mate. You're
so-
Wrexham and Lager this, pal.
So, once COVID's finished, who I'd like to go away to?
Anywhere in the UK. TNS, away. Cold Tuesday night.
Hard one, innit?
Hey, bit of a bite in the frosty pitch, like.
Would you be asked about winning?
We're going there to win, mate.
Hey,
Hey, I tell you what, Brian Flynn's in charge now. It's a Wrexham
well,
side
you got a
attack.
chance then. You got a chance.
I tell you what, it's a Wrexham side with Gary Bennett up top and King Carl on the left wing.
Somewhere in London so you can make a day of it or a weekend of it. Maybe Tottenham's new ground.
I tell you what, we played them on a Saturday early kick-off. The Swans are playing on a Friday night. and once again, fucking Wrexham had took over. And once again, Winty's on the fucking bar with fucking beard over his head singing Anne Robertson top of his fucking voice. No, in fact, he's singing Always Sunny in Wrexham.
That'll do for us.
That'll do.
I think I agree with the people on Red Passion. That was a lot of swearing.
Maybe we can get a gig down there as well.
How many
We can get a
F-bombs
gig.
can you get
we
in one
get-
sentence?
Red Passion, they're getting fucking mixed up with Flo Robinson, aren't they?
Yeah, there you go. Listen, lads, I think we're close to an hour, are we? I don't want to.
Close to an hour from the centre of town. Oh,
I
sorry.
don't want to.
I want to,
Go for it, James.
obviously, been listening to it for years. Talk to me about Acton Park, the song.
What was the fucking say?
James, great question.
Right.
Because it is a great song.
Right.
I don't care what anyone says.
I think it's a fucking
Barry
shit
Grimes.
song. I think it's a shit song. Barry Grimes
Don't say
was
that,
a
James.
fucking character, mate. Me and Jones have known him since...
Yeah, all Barry.
He used to, years ago, you know, like where the miners and the Steelman's monuments is. Barry Grimes used to draw on the page.
Good little artist,
He's a
Barry.
Proper
artist.
character. I remember him telling the story. He goes, "Oh, Colin Lloyd might me about fucking."
Colin Lloyd, is he the one who used to drink in the dogs or used to sit at the end of the bar?
He drunk in the dogs, isn't he?
Yeah.
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 I remember him saying he used to admire him for fucking because Barry was renowned for like fucking. And it's true. That's actually a true story. He used to admire him for a bit of fucking pot or whatever. He goes, "Oh, I couldn't be arsed with him." So in the end, he goes, I fucking rolled him some guinea pig shit and said, "Yeah, smoke that." He said, he fucking smoked it.
I don't think it
And
gets
then
better.
came back
does
for
it?
more.
The next thing, he was fucking, that was good, Gabe.
Bit of placebo effect going on, was
Lads, before we finish, I want to go on to Conor Jennings. He's ill at the moment, obviously. We
Yeah.
know. Now, I would have personally, from Wrexham and Lager, and I think on behalf of the club,
Yeah.
wish him well because not only, I mean, he was fantastic for Wrexham, wasn't he? Yeah. He wore his heart on his sleeve. For me, Conor Jennings. Listen, he's going to beat this. Of course he is. He's so
Yeah.
far. He's gonna,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I
Wish
shout
him
to his
all the
brother.
best.
Yeah.
We wish him all the best. But you know what? I tweeted his brother recently, and I said he was fantastic for Wrexham. He was.
Yeah.
He's everything we want to see in a Wrexham player. So I think we'll all agree on this, don't we?
Yeah.
What I'll say on that, it's mad how you've said that. Years ago, I used to work for in education. As you know, you
of course do.
you
I was there. I was just our people, mate.
Anyway, yeah. Fucking years later.
I don't know if you know that was kind of a big thing, but let's go on.
I worked for this fucking company, and we had a contract with Staley with Celtic. So we used to go there on a Monday night. The lads would train, and we used to do a bit of NVQ work. So they train for an hour, then we do. Who was one of the students? Connor Jennings.
Oh, brilliant.
Me and my mate Wurzel used to go there on a Monday night.
Wurzel.
What a fucking lovely lad he was, Connor Jennings.
Well, do you know what?
And a chairman at the time, he always used to say, you'll make sure you get him for the cut. And he said to me, all he could see was fucking that. He goes, we're going to get money for him. We're going to get money for Connor. So we knew Connor, me and Wurs, knew him quite well. And he said, keep him sweet. We're going to try and get him under the contract. Even though still he probably didn't have any money. Get him under. I think he sold him to Scunthorpe after that.
Well, do you know what, mate? Wrexham beat Chester 3-0. Anyway, we're out all day, me and the lads. Wrexham plays in town. And anyway, I got caught talking to Connor, and I tell you what, he called to me. He said, let's leave it. Go on, me and you. And we went to check. Just only me and him.
Yeah.
And I said, but obviously they beat Chester. So I'm like, listen, he wouldn't let me buy. This hand on heart now. He wouldn't let me buy a drink. He said no. He goes, listen, sorry, you come and support us. Honestly, obviously he'd had a few. We all have a few. But he was
appreciation, wasn't it?
Nice. Do you know what, James? Nice. He was fucking superb.
Yeah.
And just on a footnote, lads, I want to say, obviously I drink in the turf a lot, which is fucking, recently we've had a passing of Gareth Powell-Jones, and I think we all know. And I don't know if it's wrong or right, but I'd like to dedicate this podcast to Gareth. I mean,
Wrexham fan.
He used to. I used to speak to him briefly. Say on a Friday night he'd come in after work. Massive Wrexham fan. I think he liked our first podcast. We just want to say to the family, God bless you all. Do you know what? I think.
Big loss for the club.
I think it's a testament. I think it's a testament to the family, James. I'm sure I've just seen on Twitter that they're doing a GoFundMe link for the Wrexham Food Bank. Now, does that not say everything about the family? About first and foremost about the man he was, and about the family.
Can we just say, when all this COVID crap, the Swans are going to do a gig in the turf.
Lad, that's fantastic.
For the family.
Brilliant.
Wayne's, we spoke to Wayne about it. And we're all in.
Again,
so,
legend. Scoot, I'm going to put you on the spot. I don't know. Can we end this with one of your poems, mate?
Which one are you going to do, Scoot?
Scoot, any poem. Now,
Lenny Henry. Do that one.
Go for it.
Lenny Henry is a good one.
Thank you again.
Poetry years ago.
Wrexham and Lager podcast. Thank you from all of us. Listen, please share. Please subscribe to all our channels. Thanks again. Next podcast, I think we're hoping to get Martin Chalk and the King himself. Carl Connolly. We'll end this with a Wrexham legend. Thank you to the Declan Swans.
Thank you for having us.
Listen, lads, you've been fantastic. As I knew you would. Legends.
Absolute pleasure.
Scoot, can you take us away, brother?
I can, mate. I'll do one then about my experience with the Premier League many years ago.
Don't worry about that, son.
That's all right. Yeah. I had a bad experience. It's all right. I booked an affordable city hotel. £29 with a breakfast as well. I'd scrolled through a series of online reviews, a significant factor when helping me choose. A very spacious room indeed, a good night's sleep that's guaranteed. And so I arrived at the Premier Inn, but was somewhat surprised when they gave me a twin. I'd requested a luxury double en suite. I'd had this confirmed on a printed receipt. The girl on reception could only assume that the cleaners were busy preparing me room. So she called on a senior member of staff. He had a neck like a fucking giraffe. He must have stood at 6'10". He was steaming hysterically. No, I'm gone. He must have stood at 6'10". He was screaming hysterically, pointing his pen. Guests have complained of a sickening stench. That filthy ex-husband, the fucking don't French, has shit the bed in 209. That fucking room was supposed to be 9. So where the fuck am I kipping tonight? The duvet's caked in human shite. I've every intention of calling the press. He's rolling around in his own fucking mess while I'm at reception. An absolute farce. He's too fucking lazy to wipe his own ass.
Do you know what? Hey, what a fantastic fucking poem.
No, it's not gonna.
This isn't the first time. It's something of many. Let's face the facts, you're a dirty twat, Lenny. How can you justify shitting the bed? You could have just went to the toilet instead. I fucking can't remember.
Do you know what? Hey, this has been Wrexham and Lager. These are the Declan Swans. Thank you very much. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, lads.
You put me on the spot there. You put a nose cleaners through absolute hell. That rancid, disgusting, unbearable smell. So next time you gracefully take to the stage, think of those cleaners on minimum wage. Just wear a Pampers disposable nappy. Or just go to the toilet, then everyone's happy. Sorry about fucking up.
This is the Wrexham and Lager podcast. We all love Wrexham FC, and we all love a lager.
He ordered a medium doner kebab, saving a tenner to pay for his cab. Sees no harm in jumping the queue, showing the owner his latest tattoo. A guy in his 40s was rolling a joint, pleased his team had rescued a point. A wicked deflection in time added on, could see in his eyes he was totally gone. Less than a mile from the centre of town, a famous old stadium's crumbling down. No one's invested so much as a penny. Bring on the Deadpool and Rob McElhenney. Less than a mile from the centre of town, a famous old stadium's crumbling down. No one's invested so much as a penny. Bring on the Deadpool and Rob McElhenney. King Street was calm for the Saturday night, apart from the usual worrying sight of zombified corpses parading the streets, arched over flower beds sloped across seats. Massed near the bus stop for Moss and Brintake, a zombie apocalypse, modern day plague, a stone's throw away or a 2-second ride, where the sperm's locals were smoking outside. Less than a mile from the centre of town, a famous old stadium's crumbling down. No one's invested so much as a penny. Bring on the Deadpool and Rob McElhenney. Less than a mile from the centre of town, a famous old stadium's crumbling down. No one's invested so much as a penny. Bring on the Deadpool and Rob McElhenney. Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney, a knock-your pat down and thrown in the Gwenny. Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney, a knock-your pat down and thrown in the Gwenny. Less than a mile from the centre of town, a famous old stadium's crumbling down. No one's invested so much as a penny. Bring on the Deadpool and Rob McElhenney.
It's a nice place like you don't have a girl like this.
Less than a mile from the centre of town, a famous old stadium's crumbling down. No one's invested so much as a penny. Bring on the Deadpool and Rob McElhenney.
Perfect for ocular pat-downs. Now I can determine a subject's threat level without him being able to feel my retinal assessment.